Hello, doctor.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, doctor. I have done 2 cycles before with some center without success. What do you think could be the reason?
There could be many reasons. Sometimes it is the quality of the egg which is not good. Sometimes there's a problem in the sperm, and sometimes implantation is the problem. So we need to evaluate further by doing a hysteroscopy before we take you for the third cycle. Sometimes there is some kind of adhesions in the uterus, or maybe endometrial lining is not good, or maybe some kind of fibroid or polyp inside. So we need to know if there is any problem with your uterus. Then only we can take you for the third cycle. Another important thing is that we have to do immunological tests. In spite of having good embryos, good sperm, good egg, everything is good. But then implantation doesn't take place, because body rejects these embryos. So we have to do some kind of immunological test by which we know. If immunological tests come positive, we need to treat you first, and then only we can take another cycle.
If I want to proceed with third cycle, what should I do?
As I told you just now, you need to get some more evaluation of your uterus and sperms and egg done. Sometimes what happens that, in spite of everything okay, implantation doesn't take place. So we need to concentrate on implantation.
Do you think it failed because of poor quality of sperms or eggs?
In case, if we would have done the cycle, we would have told you if it is a sperm or egg problem. But if you had 2 cycles somewhere else, we cannot judge if the sperm and the egg quality was. Sperm still we can judge, but we cannot find out if the egg which were retrieved is good, if they fertilize well, what was the quality of embryos which were put. So it's a doubtful thing that I do not comment on whether the quality of embryos, sperms or eggs were good.
Can I take third or fourth cycle? Is it risky?
No. See, if you have taken 2 subsequent cycles, I would say that you can give a gap of 2 months or maybe 3 months. Improve your lifestyle. Go for some good exercises, yoga. Try to improve. But this is only possible only if your ovarian reserve is good. If your ovarian reserve is poor, you just can't waste 3 to 4 months just by trying to improve your cycle.
If I want to proceed with third cycle, what should I do?
I think before you proceed for the third cycle, we would like to evaluate you properly. We would like to do a hysteroscopy and would like to see if there's any problem in the uterus. Sometimes there are polyps, or sometimes there are fibroid inside, some adhesion, some septum. Because of that, implantation cannot take place.
Do you think it failed because of poor quality of sperm or eggs?
To be honest with you, since we have not done these 2 cycles, I would not know what was the quality of the embryos, what was the quality of your eggs, how many of them fertilized, what protocol was given. So it's, to comment on this will be little difficult. It could be because of poor quality of embryos, or could be something else.
Can I take third or fourth cycle? Is it risky?
No, I don't think it is risky. People do take third and fourth cycle also. But if your ovarian reserve is good, I would say that you wait for 2 months or 3 months. Meanwhile, you can improve on your quality of life. You improve your oxygenation by doing some kind of exercises or do some yoga, meditation, and then you can proceed for the third or fourth cycle.
Can I take third or fourth cycle? Is it risky?
No, people do take third and fourth cycle, and it is advisable also to take third or fourth cycle. But if your ovarian reserve is good, I would ask you to wait for 2 to 3 months. Meanwhile, you can improve your quality of life. You can do some relaxation exercises so that your hormones are balanced. With that kind of attitude, if you come back for third or fourth cycle, I think the success rate will be better.
If I wait for third cycle, will my ovarian reserve fall?
It depends on your baseline. In case if your baseline is too low, I would not advise you to wait for 3 months or 4 months, because you don't have that much of time. But in case if your ovarian reserve is good, yes, you can wait for 2 months, 3 months or even 4 months.
Have you seen people in third or fourth cycle conceive?
Yeah, I have seen people even in 5th and 6th cycle conceiving. They have a heart to brain to do it, and they are, they just want to do it and they get success.
Since we already had 2 failed cycles, what precautions we should take now?
I would ask your husband to do a proper semen analysis, and I would say that in case the quality of the sperm is not up to the mark, he should also improve his quality of life. We would try to improve quality of egg as well as sperm, then only we'll proceed for other cycle. Second is that if your ovarian reserve is very, very poor, then of course we can ask you to take a donor, or maybe, that's the only alternative which you can go for.
Is there any method to find out about quality of embryos?
We can only find out once we have done an IVF cycle, okay? Because once the embryos will be formed via fertilization of eggs and the sperms, and when we keep these in the incubator, after 2 days we come to know about the quality of embryos. So just at face we cannot find out if your embryo quality will be good or not. But of course, if the sperm quality is poor and the egg quality also poor, we expect that the embryos will be poor.